Shalom. First and foremost, all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rakah Kwadash. Double honor to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and mercy to the 144,000, the rest of the elect. I'm the brother Yawanathan, back with another quick lesson. Lord willing, is edifying. And just real quick, I want to bring this out. I'm pretty sure brothers already know, but this is super heavy in the spirit. You know, this is a heavy omen that Yahweh Shai is given to his elect. All right, in which this solar eclipse that's getting ready to happen April 8th, 2024, the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. The totality of the eclipse, it starts at 1:40 p.m. right, and it says that it ends at 1:44 p.m. You see, and the significance of that number, we know the 144,000 in the book of Revelation, I'm going to get it, is basically the mercy of the Lord to seal the 144,000 before the destruction. And we know that lunar and solar eclipses are signs from the heavens. According to Genesis 1:14, the Lord created the greater light and the lesser light, the greater light being the sun and the lesser light being the moon. And he said these things are for signs, seasons, days, and years. And when you go into that word sign in the Hebrew, it says omen, all right, or a sign of something bad to come. And what is the sign that we have through this solar eclipse? Well, look at the path that it's taken. It's basically crossing America right out. And in succession with the past solar and lunar eclipses over the last couple of years, when they show you the images, Lord willing, I'll be able to find one, and I'm going to post-product this video because I'm out and about right now. Once I get in, you know, I'll put it together and I'll find the picture. But it basically makes an X right through America, which is, we know America, according to Bible prophecy, is Babylon the Great. So this place is already prophesied to be destroyed all throughout the Bible. The visions of the prophets, they saw America getting burned, all right, by thermonuclear destruction. So this is very heavy, man. And Lord willing, you know, this is the year of Jacob's trouble and the rest of the prophecies that are to come, which basically leads to the end of this place, America, which is the captivity of you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are you Hebrew Israelites according to the Bible. You know, so we are extremely celebrating, but also, you know, of course, we're in fear because we want to be saved out of here. You know, we want to be, you know, spared from the destruction. But this is super heavy, man. This is super heavy. This is Revelation 7:1. And after these things, I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. Let me get a precept for what that wind is. In the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51 and 1. Excuse me. Jeremiah 51:1. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind. And what is that destroying wind? The Lord also called it the besom of destruction. When you look that word besom up, it's like a sweep. All right, you could see visuals like the movie Terminator 2 Judgment Day. I think the movie is called The Knowing, if I'm not mistaken, with I'm kind of bad with actors in movies. I'm not too privy on that, but I think it was Nicolas Cage, if I'm not mistaken, was in that movie where they show you that wall of fire sweeping through New York City and just destroying everything in its path. Well, that was just a visualization of that destroying wind that the Lord is going to send, which is going to come by ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles. Russia, China, and even America's allies are going to destroy this place. And we're seeing it. You don't need the scriptures to really tell you that. You can see it right now. World War III is getting hot, and America's enemies, they keep using the mention of nuclear war and warning America, and mainly, you know, obviously the government, but what did they say? Even them that dwell in the midst of them. So even the so-called American citizen, you know, they warning you that, you know, if America keeps doing the things that it's doing throughout the earth, which is causing trouble, you know, basically bringing wickedness and evil throughout the world and these different nations, they're going to destroy this place. They keep warning. All right, and that's the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai that's on those nations in their mind, starting with the kings, all right, Proverbs 21 and 1, to basically think like that and to be aiming their missiles at this place. It says, and I will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land. How is the land going to be empty? By fire. It's going to get gutted. For in the day of trouble, they shall be against her round about. So these different nations, those are the fanners, all right, that the Lord said he's going to send onto Babylon fanners that shall fan her. It's talking about sending more missiles. Because, yeah, you got the big nations like Russia, but you also got smaller nations like India and Pakistan and North Korea. And they got missiles too. And even some of the NATO nations that are not as big. Because remember, the prophecy in Daniel said they were partially strong and partially weak, the 10 toes, which represents NATO. The NATO nations, the different European NATO nations, some of them have missiles, some of them don't. Some of them have very powerful missiles, some of them don't have that many powerful missiles, but it doesn't matter. All the arrows is going to be aimed at America, Babylon the Great. This place is going to be destroyed from off the face of the earth. And the Lord is showing you that through these eclipses, through these different signs in the heavens. All right. Let's go back to Revelation, the 7th chapter. Because the reason, why it's so heavy, it ends at 144. That's so spiritual, man. It's a 4-minute total eclipse, the totality. It really starts at 1223, and it ends at 302 in its entirety. But the totality of the sun being blocked out by the moon to where there's, the earth is going to look dark for them 4 minutes. That's based 144, man. That's based on what? The 144,000 elect men of the nation of Israel being sealed before this destruction comes. I'm going to read it right here in verse 2. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, because they're the ones that had the power over this destruction. They're basically like the referees. All right. The angels are like referees that's basically controlling the minds of the kings and basically their mentality towards having these missiles, because that's a great responsibility. All right, to have a nuclear missile, a nuclear arsenal in your possession, you could go crazy. You could push the button at any time, but the angels are the ones that's holding them back for this sake, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads. See, and I heard the number of them which was sealed, and there was sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. And when you break it down, when you keep reading, I'm not going to finish it for the sake of time, but it's basically 12,000 out of each of the 12 tribes. And that's what makes up the 144,000. So that number is a very spiritual number. For that eclipse to be ending at that time, that just goes to show you that the Lord is only holding the destruction of America back to seal the elect, which not even all of the elect, really the 144,000. All of the elect ultimately is going to have this truth by the time the missiles hit, because they're going to have the names of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Let me grab that real quick. All right, to call on those names to be delivered. But yeah, once 144,000, that's a governing body, men of the nation of Israel, once they hear this truth and they sealed with this knowledge, this place is going to be destroyed after the microchip is made mandatory. So Revelation 14:1, and I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on the Mount Zion. The lamb is Yahushai, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads. And when you read it, I believe in the it's not the NLT version, it's probably the ESV, the English Standard Version, if I'm not mistaken. When you read it in that translation, it says having the father's and the son's name. All right, so the names are Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and the elect are going to have those names sealed in their mind, in their spirit, to be delivered when the Lord brings his destruction.